What's going on YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina, to where we last video did a mow here. It continues to look good. I'm filming this about a day after mowing, so still looks good out here. But in today's video, guys, I want to talk to you about what you can be doing right now to prepare your fescue or cool season lawn for the summer. Oftentimes, I've gotten caught in years past not thinking about, oh crap, the heat just comes here in North Carolina. It's cold, all of a sudden it gets hot, and before you know it, there you go. Your soil temperatures are bumped way up, and you're like, holy crap, like it's hot and summer's here. And in North Carolina, I don't know about where you are. This sun is killing me. Let me get in the shade a little bit. I don't know about where you are, but it's like we have a little bit of spring and a whole lot of summer here, and it can come on you like that. So I just wanted to make this video for any newcomers, or maybe you're just not thinking about it right now because your mind is elsewhere. You got kids playing sports, you've got, you're mowing, you're working on your blade sharpening, you're putting down fert, you're just now, some of you guys up north are just now getting into the lawn care season. But it's a good time to think about that last soil test that you did. If you guys have been following me, on my last soil test, I showed some improvement in potassium, but my potassium levels are still low. I actually clicked on and watched for a couple minutes the short video from the lawn care nut. He was talking about double dark and when's the appropriate time to use it. And one of the things that he said is a lot of soil tests he sees from DIYers is low potassium. I fall in that category as well, and I've made strides to try to improve on my soil test. And obviously the big three, nitrogen is going to fluctuate, but our phosphorus a lot of times is going to remain high to in the optimum range. But that potassium to me, I focused on it in the past thinking it would literally save my lawn through the summer. Not so much the case. There's different factors I found to get us through that we'll talk about in depth later on when we get closer to summer. But right now in April, in spring, get your mind geared on what's coming next. That's kind of how the way I approach lawn care is. It's not about necessarily right now, but I know that heat's coming. We know that we need to prepare to water. That's why we've talked about in several videos about budgeting, our money. If you're on city water like myself, we want to keep our some money aside for paying that extra high water bill. That definitely helped me here in my lawn to get through last year. This backyard you're seeing, we did not overseed this, and all around the side, I've said it several times if you've been watching the channel lately, but it's the first time in my 5-year lawn journey, or excuse me, 4 years, 5 years, close to it, that I've not planted seed in the backyard or the sides. We made it completely through the summer. It had to do with the high water bill. But also right now, before we get into the high heat, the point of the video is let's gear our minds to, let's get those potassium applications down. We've kind of started doing that here, and what I did with the biostimulant application here recently. You guys remember I did an application of RGS with CK, and then we talked about Pete's natural adjuvant. I learned something that I didn't, and I mentioned it in that video. I learned something I didn't know last time, that last year, 2 years ago, we bought Pete's natural adjuvant, but I didn't use it. I let it set and I let it set. And then here recently, when I was doing research on it, I found out that the natural adjuvant actually can help 50% water retention in your fescue. That's huge. That could, and I didn't know that applying it last year with my fungicides and with biostimulants, that could have had a major part of not only watering as much as I did, but using the natural adjuvant also helped my grass retain water throughout the hot North Carolina summer. But also, in addition to that, we were doing granular potassium applications. We've done Green Kick. The old product from Next was called Green Fight 0025, if I'm not mistaken. We sprayed some of that down. We would do that pretty regularly. The CK, we've talked about seaweed, how the extracted seaweed is great for lawns because it helps to toughen it up when it gets dry, when it gets brutal. We're going on vacations, we're going away, we're staying out late at, like I said, with the kids playing sports at the ball field. We're going out at night. We're not thinking about the lawn, but we are on the weekends. And so when we're not able to water, we got hydrotane out there. I know the lawn care nut, I'll link it below if you're interested. It piques my interest. I may get a bottle of this to play with, maybe not, I don't know, but it's called 4Play. It is seaweed extract along with hydrotane, and it's basically a summer stress type of blend with hydrotane in it. So your grass would be absorbing the moisture out of the air as hydrotane does, but you're also mixed into that, also have the seaweed extract and all of that good stuff in one type of formula to apply to the lawn. You'd have to wet your lawn first, apply it, and then you would have to water it in. That part, not so much fun. But the point of the video and the point of this not being too long is to just say, let's get our mind right now geared toward summer. That is, with me here in North Carolina, that's the biggest thing. I've preached that a lot here on my channel. I am trying to prepare this grass right now in the beauty condition that it's in for the coming summer of July, of June, the 90 degrees. You know, water is going to be a big factor of that. We've talked about that several times. We don't want to swamp our yard down with our irrigation or with running the sprinklers all the time, but we need to be conscious of the weather. That's why I always give you basically a weather forecast in the beginning of my my videos, because I'm saying, hey, we've got rain coming, or hey, we've been dry here lately, because that helps me to remember, okay, I need to set the sprinklers out. We've had several days with high heat, no rain. I need to be aware of that. So I'm always looking ahead, and so have a mind frame in this lawn care game of looking ahead. I'm preparing for summer. It's not about doing everything now, but it's doing things now that will help your grass down the road when it gets hot. Just like we maybe a hair early did our fungicides with azoxystrobin, propiconazole. We put that down thinking we may have seen fungus in the lawn, but it was about time to do that. Coming up soon, we're going to have to overlap our coverage of fungicides to be able to do our second application, because we don't want to drop our coverage and be susceptible to fungus. So I'm thinking ahead on that. We're thinking ahead as far as our pre-emergence. So with the potassium though, potassium is our stress reliever of the lawn. So keep your mind geared toward that. And you can buy something like 7020 from Yard Mastery. It's a fertilizer that's geared straight towards, you know, a heavy dose of potassium. You can buy the, I think it's sulfate of potash from Yard Mastery. I'll link that below. I've used that before. It's just straight potash for your lawn. If you're super duper low, you can put this down, water it in. And then you got stuff like Green Kick. You've got Fight ORR, which is for managing heat stress. We've talked about from Lawn Supply Company. So this video is about preparing for summer. That's what I wanted to relay and get across to you today. I'll link some products below if you're interested. We're going to be doing that here in my lawn here soon. And I did want to mention that on Friday, or excuse me, on Monday, I got a special video. I want you to tune in, mark it down, be looking for it. We're going to go over the next chapter of the Mr. Ferguson channel of what I'm going to be working on here in the future. I've made up my mind. I want to announce and be on site for something. So check that out on Monday. It's going to be kind of an important one for me. Hope that you enjoy it. I want to hear your feedback, and it's going to hear your feedback here in the future as well. So getting ready for that hot summer coming, preparing our lawn for it. God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in for this quick talk and quick video today. Let me know your comments below. Like it. Check out the links if you're interested. We'll see you on the next lawn care video on Monday. God bless.